Hello, guys. What is up? Today's episode is sponsored by Jamaican Choice Hot Sauce. Guys, as you can see here, if you're watching on YouTube, I have the three hottest hot sauces of all time. We have Carolina Reaper, Scorpion Pepper, and Ghost Pepper from Jamaican Choice. Guys, so I put a little Carolina Reaper on just like a salad and mixed it in. Some of the best hot sauce I've ever had, but also I was freaking dying. So guys, try these hot sauces with, tender caution, tender care. They don't have like one of those tops that, slows down the pour. So when you open up and you put it on something, just know it's going to flow on there. But like hot sauce, guys, I really can't get enough of. If you've ever listened to a podcast or you've seen the Ted Jones vlog, you'll know that I speak highly of hot sauce. And seriously, Jamaican Choice, thanks for sending these. These are phenomenal. I will recommend these to anyone who likes hot sauce. Guys, we did not have an episode on Monday, and I want to quickly apologize to you, but I was really not feeling well. And for like the past 9 days, I have felt like shit. I had definitely a Delta scare. I'll be pretty transparent with you guys. For like 9 days, no joke, some of the worst I have felt in my entire life. I got 3 COVID tests. All of them came back negative. 2 of them were rapid. 1 of them was a PCR test. So all 3 of them were negative. As you guys can tell, I still have a cough. I was not sure what happened. I was convinced that it was COVID, but like I'm sketched out that I didn't know what it was. I really had an issue for 9 days. I wasn't able to do anything. I was in my bed. I was shivering cold. Then I was super hot. It was really hard to gauge temperature. And my symptoms were like, I had a really just loud kind of head. Like everything was echoing. It felt like a ton of water was built up in my head. But it was mostly like headaches, body chills. I have my sense of smell, have my sense of taste. So in that part of COVID, I definitely didn't have those side effects or however you may say it. But was definitely some of the worst I have felt in a very long time. It was crazy also to see like my body really did change over those 9 days. Like you figured 9 days doesn't really make too much of a difference in terms of like body composition, but I must have lost like at least 7 pounds. I could definitely tell the difference. I'm looking like a little bit skinnier in the mirror for sure. And just like, I feel like when you're sick and your body's doing all that like shaking and all that crap, it's really like using a ton of muscle. And I was trying to eat as much as I could, but I really was not hungry for this extended period of time. So thank God it wasn't COVID. Maybe it was some form of COVID. I don't fully know, but I did test negative 3 separate times, and I'm staying away from people for the next couple of days. I'll plan on probably getting another test and then 4 tests as a negative. I'm sure I will be great. But guys, it's insane because I was vaccinated and I still felt awful. So since I didn't get tested positive for COVID, I guess we're saying it was just like, I don't know, some sort of flu, but it was crazy how bad I felt. Like I can only imagine people who have not been vaccinated and get COVID, like how much worse you can even possibly feel. I don't even know, like I really did feel so bad. And I would feel bad for anybody who was put in this position. So guys, I'm harping to you as I've harped before on this podcast. You really got to get your vaccination shot. Just protect yourself, and you got to protect yourself and others around you. I'm wearing a mask for the foreseeable few days when I'm out in public and stuff like that, just to make sure that everything's all good. But they say like after the 10-day mark, it's been like it's been like so it's been like around 13 days that since it first started, but I've felt good for the past 4 days, but like last Monday, I couldn't even put up a podcast. So they say after 10 days, you're not able to transmit the Delta virus, but I don't know if that was any form of whatever's been happening to a bunch of people in society. That freaking sucked. But guys, I had I had a good amount of time to chill and reflect, and while I did feel like shit, I'm happy that I came out the other side of it. And thanks guys for the support. Nobody getting too upset with me that I wasn't able to drop an episode the other day, but guys, I really will try and stick to the schedule as much as possible. unless I'm freaking dying, which I really felt like I was the other day. I saw Jaws the other day. Let's get to a lighter topic, but that's neither here nor there. I saw Jaws the other day. When's the last time you guys saw that movie? Such a scary movie. Like, it was done so simply by Steven Spielberg. Like, okay, the movie starts off with a shark attack. Then the guy who watches the beaches, tries to deal with, oh no, is he going to keep the beaches open? Is he going to close it? He has to deal with the mayor of the town, and the mayor wants to have these beaches open. Excuse me, still a little phlegmy because it's like tourist season, whatever. Definitely relatable. Like the manager of the beach, when he has a few shark attacks, he's going to be like, all right, bro, we got to shut it down. Yet the mayor of the city wants to bring in money. So typical antagonist kind of protagonist movie, if that's even the right way to say it. Whatever. There was a guy who wanted to keep things going, and then another guy who was like, we probably got to shut it down. A lot of action packed in this movie. Definitely didn't have too many dull moments, where they were trying to get involved in the life of the characters. It was just mostly about Jaws, which was super interesting. I liked that part because there's some movies nowadays where I think they try and dive too deep into the character development in these type of movies, when in actuality, this freaking movie is called Jaws. So I want to watch it because of Jaws, I don't want to watch it because of the guy with the big sunglasses in the movie, or the guy with the big glasses, the main character, whatever. They were trying to catch the shark from the beach, tried to catch it from, close by to the beach, and then they realized they got to take that big ship out there and then go kill Jaws. Honestly, good movie. I would recommend you guys watch it. Where did I see it? On Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Hulu, one of those applications that I don't pay for. I can't remember which one it was on, but good movie, and I'd recommend it, especially if you guys haven't seen it. Go check it out. So Free Solo, sorry guys. Free Solo is one of the better documentaries I've ever seen. It's about this guy, Alex Hamold, who free solo climbed El Capitan, which is the tallest mountain in the world. It's basically just a big brick of granite that this guy climbed without any ropes. It's unbelievably sick. I watched the TED Talk on it, and I also saw the documentary in theaters. If you guys haven't seen that, you can find it on your streaming service. Check that out. This guy spent 10 years climbing El Capitan with ropes and everything, and memorizing each step and each little hand placement in the actual granite rock. So the amount of memorization and perfection type of thinking that this had to have caused in this guy's brain was just unbelievable. And he explains it really well in his TED Talk about how he needed to know which was the exact best route to go up the mountain. And he kept talking about how everything needed to be perfect. And he was right, because if anything messed up there, guys, he would have fallen to his death, and that wouldn't have made for a good movie ending. But check that movie out. So I came out of this this week and a half funk, with 2 good movies for you guys to check out and watch. And we also have a listener email. But guys, you got to make sure you try this hot sauce. Seriously, go online right now, Jamaican Choice. I'd recommend, if you're going to try one of these and you don't want the really, really hot one, these are all extremely hot. These are the 3 hottest hot sauces in the entire world that you can have: the Ghost Pepper, Carolina Reaper, and Scorpion Pepper. So if you guys checked out, I believe it was vlog 37, I did a hot sauce challenge, and I didn't even know that this hot sauce was going to be this hot. I put a good amount of it, probably an ounce and a half of it on chickpeas, and my mouth was on fire for an hour. And then I just mixed a half an ounce of the hottest sauce, the Carolina Reaper, put it on salad, and that was pretty hot for me too. But if you guys like hot sauce, definitely check out. So I guess we could talk a little bit about hot gossip. I don't really like diving into political news, but I think this is something worth talking about. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, former governor of California and 8-time Mr. Olympia. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. Massive movie star. He was on a news program the other day, and I think the timing of what he said was extremely distasteful. He was telling people who didn't want to get their vaccines, he was like, oh, screw your freedom. You need to get your vaccine. Be careful. Be caring of others. But the fact that he said it during a time when we're seeing images and we're seeing videos of, no joke, like planes flying off from Afghanistan and people are falling from like the wheels of the plane. So I think that like the timing of Arnold Schwarzenegger's statement, he said, screw your freedom. And the fact that like he came to this country without much and was able to make it because of obviously his hard work and because America is a free country. It just seemed like it was really bad timing. And he's definitely hearing from it from a lot of people. I haven't heard any words from him in terms of like maybe saying he was sorry, but hopefully that'll come later in the week just because that timing was extremely bad. Like people from Afghanistan are clinging on to planes to try and get to America for freedom, man. So you got to watch what you say. Cuomo gave his final address to us New Yorkers. So he is fully out of office, and it seemed like he was denying the claims that were made against him. He also left his dog behind at the governor's mansion. Guys, 1 week from today, we have the Ted Jones Comedy Show, September 2nd at 9:30 p.m. next Thursday at Asylum NYC in Chelsea, 307 West 26th Street. It's going to be an amazing show. It's basically like the last night of summer, the last real night of summer. You figured you guys are going to come out to this show, 9:30 on a Thursday. It'll go to like probably around 11, maybe a little bit earlier. I'll get you guys home in bed before you jet off to wherever you're going for Labor Day weekend. But it's crazy. Summer coming to an end. This summer seemed eventful for me. How did it feel for you guys? TedJonesWorld@gmail.com. Like in terms of doing shows in the city and bouncing around to a number of different places in the city, especially since last year we didn't do anything. This U.S. Open is starting next week. I'm super pumped. I got to figure out when we're going to the U.S. Open. Free tickets would be appreciated. Another press pass would obviously be appreciated. We're going to figure out when we're free, see if we'll go with one of my buddies. Maybe we'll go with Giulio Gallerati. But I'm looking forward to the U.S. Open. And who do I got this year in the U.S. Open? I'd say Novak Djokovic. I feel like anytime I'm predicting somebody's going to win the U.S. Open, or any tournament rather, I say Djokovic. But no Nadal, no Dominic Thiem, no Federer. Andy Murray's playing, but Andy Murray's not playing at the highest level. Like, watch, I'll say this, and then he's going to do super well in the tournament. I hope he does, but I know he's not one of the top seeds. But we'll see, guys. U.S. Open, always a fun time in New York. And we'll see if some of these tennis players want to come to the Ted Jones Comedy Show next week. You guys let me know. TedJonesWorld@gmail.com or Ted Jones World on Instagram. You can also find these tickets at Asylum NYC. Again, guys, the show next Thursday, September 2nd at 9:30 p.m. It's going to be amazing. End of summer blowout. If you guys look at the flyer, there's actually like a beach umbrella, some sand, a beach ball, just because we love the summery vibes. Guys, we're going to get to a listener email here. I don't know if it's a listener email or rather a listener comment. We have Jake F. from Middletown, Connecticut. Jake says, hey, Ted, I think you should go to the American Museum of Natural History for one of your vlogs. You know what? I did ask you guys where we should go for one of the vlogs. Jake, thanks for writing in. I think that's actually a good idea. American Museum of Natural History. How much does it cost to go there? Let's check that out. American Museum of Natural History. All right, cool. It's like $25. So most things in New York, guys, right now I find are like $40. So this seems like something reasonable. And also, I don't know so much about the Museum of Natural History. Maybe the last time I was there was probably like, I don't know, how old am I? Yeah, probably like 15 years ago at least. So this will be a good trip. Great idea, Jake. Guys, write in where else you think I should go. I love vlog ideas, and it's obviously a beautiful thing when you guys suggest it. You know what I mean? So that's a great idea. I'm definitely going to hit the Museum of Natural History. And if you guys haven't seen the latest vlog, go check out the vlogs here on the YouTube channel, Ted Jones World. Guys, give me a little comment, rate, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. But every little comment is appreciated, even if it's a negative comment. Whatever, it's still a comment too, Can't hate the hater. One of my buddies just recently broke up with his girlfriend, and he downloaded Hinge. And I haven't been on dating apps for real, guys, in like 6 months. I still have one of the dating apps on my phone, but I really don't use it. I used to use Hinge quite a bit. I guess it was probably like a little bit over 6 months ago. But I don't know. I found like when I was on these dating apps, I was just like using them too much. Like I don't really think somebody needs to be going on a date every other week. I don't know, like maybe people would disagree with me, especially my buddy who just spoke up with his girlfriend. He's like sending us a picture of a girl like every other day, wondering like, oh, should I go out on this date or whatever? And he's kind of making me think like, I don't know, I want to maybe get back in the mix. What do you guys think? But like, if it's something that I can't do casually and like look at, I don't know, every, a couple times a week, I don't know. I just don't want to get sucked back into like going on a date every other week. I don't know. It like, I don't want to say it wastes time, but it almost wastes time. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, you figure you on this date, you get hung over, and then you end up maybe not liking the person. But if you do, it ends up being a good time. So I can see why people do want to go on dates. What do you guys think? What's your experience with using these dating apps? Are you guys on a bunch? Are you on like a handful? Are you on 3 or 4? I don't know. Aren't those probably like the same amount? A bunch, a handful, 3 or 4. But I don't know. What are you guys even using as dating apps right now? How is the dating app scene? Do you have to put like your vaccination card on the dating apps yet? I feel like you probably will have to do that soon, or you should have to do that soon, Be like, I'm vaccinated. I don't know, because then you get to a date and maybe the person's not vaccinated. Who knows? I've definitely had friends who've told me that they've been on a couple dates and they end up getting there and the girl's not vaccinated. And then they like low-key freak out, but try and act like they're not freaked out. Feel like in society, that's something we're unfortunately going to have to get pretty transparent about. Like using these Excelsior passes to get in everywhere. I'm seeing Ricky Velez. He has an hour special this weekend. I'm seeing him. I have to bring my pass, So that's definitely one of the first events that I've used the pass. I actually just recently downloaded on my phone. I don't know if you guys have it yet, but it's something that you're going to need to carry around. Mask mandates not in every school in every state, but it looks like it's maybe slowly starting to get that way. Today's episode sponsored by Jamaican Choice. Jamaican Choice, the hottest hot sauce in all the land. Also, some of the most delicious hot sauce in the land. Guys, if you have any suggestions or topics that you want to discuss with me, you want to call into the podcast, just let me know. tedjonesworld@gmail.com. If you guys have any suggestions on guests that you'd like to have on, I would love to hear that. I really would. We actually have a former college tennis teammate of mine coming on the podcast on Monday, Parker Cohen. He is currently a music manager, and the kid is traveling all over the world, causing a ruckus. Like, he manages a few guys who are killing it right now. So he's going to places like Ibiza, or I should say Ibiza, Croatia, places in Europe, and definitely looks like he's having a great time. So it'd be fun to hear from him. And guys, guess what? We have, I guess, today is probably like the 2-year anniversary of the Ted Jones World podcast. And I want to thank you guys so much for listening in. Even if this is the first episode you've ever listened to, thank you for tuning in. It's been quite the journey. 160 something episodes as of right now. And guys, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep making the content for you. I love doing it. And when it's just me here on the couch, speaking to the camera, speaking into the audio, I hope you guys are listening. And if you guys do have thoughts, jot it in. tedjonesworld@gmail.com. But this has been quite the journey. Each step of the way, we've gotten some upgraded equipment. I've learned a lot. I've said stuff that maybe I shouldn't have said. Just kidding. But I don't believe I'm going to get canceled from any of the episodes that I've already put up online. So that's good as of right now. And thank you so much for joining me on this journey. 2 years ago, I was sitting on this little brown chair over here in the corner with a broken face. No joke. I was 3 weeks out of jaw surgery. I had my face broken in 3 places because I had a depleting gum line, and which was crazy. I could almost get emotional. I had a depleting gum line on the right side of my face, and like my jaw was growing out like unevenly on one side. And when I had this uneven jawline, I couldn't really tell, just because it was all I ever knew. And people who knew me couldn't even really tell. But if you look back in pictures, you'll see like my smile is almost like crooked, or was crooked. And the surgery really changed my life. It turned my life around. I had a number of issues that I was going through pre-surgery. I unfortunately at the time was going through a breakup, but I think that it all turned out super well, and I'm just really happy to be here with you guys 2 years later. Yeah, don't mean to get super emo here, but it's been a journey, as I said, and we'll just continue doing this because it's been super fun. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see ya on Monday. Peace.